Part of my role is the enablement of people coming out of hospital or remaining within their own homes who have diagnoses or are working towards a diagnosis of dementia. The major part of our use of Canary is to help us in addition to the assessment that we do with care workers or as a sole tool for assessment. Canary will be exceptionally useful in the fact that we can support that assessment. So if somebody's family are expressing concerns about them having poor night's sleep or getting up a lot or wandering even, we can actually put the Canary system in and that will tell us if that's happening. What Canary enables us to do is have another thing in our bag that will enable us to give power and information to the relatives. What we can do is we can discuss the care package through the stay-at-home scheme that will be supportive, but what they will say is, well, what will happen to mum when you leave, when the carers go? And what we can say then is we can offer reassurance that we can actually see if mum will be settled when she's left with the Canary system. And they can also see that even if they're at work. And it gives us more evidence for the outcome for the service user who may or may not have capacity to wish to be at home, but has made it perfectly clear that that is their first choice and they would still like to retain some independence. So it's about using the system to empower people to remain in their own home and live with the choices that they would like to make at that time within their lifespan. Canary to me is a fantastic system that enables us to get more information than we could ever get from carers, in the fact that when you put a carer into somebody's home, people react differently, their behaviour alters and they respond as the stimuli from the carer. Remove the carer and somebody may not be motivated to go and make a drink, and we would never be able to assess that. But the Canary will actually tell us whether they will get up and go and actually be motivated to mobilise around the property. The other good thing about Canary is the fact that it actually has a temperature gauge on the system, and that will also tell us if somebody's house is too hot and they're not moving a lot because they're obviously drowsy, or that the house is too cold and there's a risk of hypothermia. The developments that have come on over time with this new system are tenfold in the fact that we will be able to see who's in the property with the use of the visitors cards and how long visitors are in there, whereas before all we've ever had were movement sensors. So we weren't able to distinguish when the service user was moving or when a relative was moving. So that's fantastic. The outcome of the assessment that we will do will give us enough information to discuss with families on a regular basis what type of care the person needs for the long term, if any. So if people are concerned about their mum not drinking enough or eating enough during the day, we can look at how many times they're up from the living room and go into the kitchen. Also, we can monitor what's being removed out of the fridge. Whether the food's being eaten, we could also look in the bin. So it's almost, the system becomes an integral part of detecting whether people are eating. So that gives us the movement, that gives us the time span that people are in the kitchen, and then we can add those bits together by the reduction in the food in the cupboards and so on.